so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Fuck you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Sorry, I had my mic muted. Welcome to the Dropshot episode 16. We're not off to a great start here, but my name is Casey, also known as Razanon. I am joined today, as always, by my good friend Tanner. Tanner, say hello to everyone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome.
And today we've got a lot to discuss, surprisingly a lot to discuss, because we had to change up our podcast format on Saturday. We had to do a patch notes stream Saturday, and we're going to do another patch notes stream today, or at least that was the plan, provided we got some patch notes to cover. And as it turns out, we've got quite a few patch notes to cover, so that worked out incredibly well. We are auspicious and fortuitous amidst this global pandemic here in the Dropshot LLC bubble. So, very few announcements today. Number one, my internet has been garbage. That's why I haven't been streaming as much. The only thing I can guarantee you that I'm going to be streaming for the foreseeable future is the podcast, because it's far less dependent on my internet being really good, because I don't have to worry about, lagging in game or anything. If my frames drop a little bit during the pod, it's fine. It's not really noticeable to you guys, and it doesn't impact my KD. So I'm still going to always be streaming the podcast for sure, unless my internet completely is literally dead, which I don't anticipate is going to happen. But for the foreseeable future, until Charter Communications, or Spectrum, formerly known as Charter Communications, gets their shit together, my game streams are going to be limited to when my internet's working. Like today, it has seemed to work well, so I'm going to try and game after the pod tonight, if you guys want to stick around for that. But if I don't stream on my normal stream schedule, which can be found in the link I'm going to provide you to my Discord and pretty much anywhere you look, then that's why. So just keep that in mind. Real quick, we have another special announcement. Broken Sanity with the sub, dude. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate you. I saw you gave me that little offline follow. That's a fucking bro right there. That's someone who found the pod in a podcast directory and then smashed the follow button offline. That is another level of support, and then above and beyond for the sub. So Broken, thank you. Welcome to this small, humble community. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here, sir. Thank you for stopping by, and of course for that sub. Just a reminder, if you want to join, twitch.tv/Razanon is where you'll find me. Wednesdays, Saturdays, 7 p.m. Pacific. Another announcement that is super unimportant, but deeply amusing to me, which is what this whole fucking podcast is about, right? I bought my first merch order for the Dropshot. I put it on the Dropshot LLC's credit card. And let me just show you, let me show you guys what this looks like. The Dropshot Call of Duty podcast coasters, dude. Official merch right here, dude. Now, here's what I could do for you guys. What I could do is I could combine these two things, these two reagents, and I could just sign. I can't sign your mouse pad unless you want me to. We can talk about that. Patreon.com/thedropshot. I'm kidding. Oh shit. I actually have never written. Oh my God. This is me trying to
sign your name.
Not Razanon. Absolutely not. That's my attempt at signing Razanon right there. So if you're listening to this, sorry if I'm boring you, but I bought 4 coasters on Amazon that have our logo on them, and I just signed one in red Sharpie. It barely shows up. So I thought that was funny as fuck. So I wanted to point that out because I'm a child. So
Wait, you can order customized stuff on Amazon like that?
yeah, dude. No, I made the coasters myself in my coaster factory.
I didn't know
Fucking idiot.
No, I didn't know Amazon you can do customization.
You can
like
do
that,
a bunch
though,
of custom stuff. Custom bathrobes, coasters, futons.
Ooh, dude, give me a bathrobe. Let's fucking
get
go.
a little embroidery. Get a Dropshot logo on the back of the bathrobe. Maybe that'll be your Christmas present, courtesy of the Dropshot LLC. Damn straight. Hell yeah, Broken. Thanks, dude. Could have a signed mouse pad in the merch as a limited time thing. Custom dildos. K. Yeah, well, I'll keep my options open. Let's just put it that way. And then the last announcement. Today is April 1st, but in the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, we are a trusted news source. We are a reputable news source, and we take our jobs very seriously. And there will be no April Fool's shenanigans going on here. Everything we're going to tell you is real. This isn't a bait. This isn't a reverse psychology trick. I'm 28 years old. April Fool's is not funny. It's not clever. It's not cute to tell your mom you're pregnant and then say, oh, April Fool's. It's not funny. Hey, I'm funny 365 days a year, dude. I don't need a fucking holiday to do it, okay? So no April Fool's shenanigans are going on here. So keep all of that right the fuck in mind. Any announcements, Tanner?
Do I ever have any announcements? No.
I just thought I'd check with you, but of course you don't.
No. Yeah, I have fucking nothing.
All right, so announcements are out of the way. With all of that, let's get started. Recent patches. This week in MDub and Warzone. Double XP. Okay. So Activision, blah, blah, blah. So this is the final full week of Season 2, and we're going to get into this a little more. Get this man a cricket. That's actually a pretty good idea, Damascus. A cricket sound on the soundboard. That's a really good idea. So I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Yeah, double XP because it's the last week of the season, which I actually just found out today or just realized. I've been tier 100 for like 45 years, so I haven't given a fuck. But if you guys need to catch up on your tiers, this is the last week to do it. So they've turned on double XP and double weapon XP, which is good if you're going for Damascus. Sorry. And they've turned on double tier XP or progression, whatever. So that's good. And that
not yet.
Sorry. Okay. So that doesn't start till the 3rd at 10 a.m. Pacific time. You'll all be sleeping by then. Low Cap, welcome. Nice little founder badge there. Reputable source, been tier 100 for 45 years. Hyperbole is different than fake news, okay, Torchic? Give me a fucking break, bro. So, we also have a new playlist, Cyberattack Pro. I read this very briefly, Tanner. Do you know what the fuck this is?
I believe it's Cyberattack, but you respawn. Yeah, respawns are enabled. So It could be kind of interesting, actually. I don't know how you'd ever plant anything.
So, okay, there's an actual genealogy for this playlist. First, there was Search and Destroy. 2 teams, no respawns. 1 team tries to plant a bomb at one of 2 bomb sites. If they all die, the match ends. If the other team all dies, the match ends. Or if they plant the bomb and people are alive and the bomb goes off without being defused, the match ends. Then they released Cyberattack, which was a variation of that. Same rules, except when you die, you can be revived by teammates. And then this Cyberattack Pro thing is doing away with the revive system, and instead you just respawn. But you're still trying to plant a bomb at one of 2 sites. Pretty fucking weird to me, to be honest. Is this like Overwatch or something? Is that how Overwatch is?
I haven't played Overwatch in 3 years.
I think Overwatch is only trying to take 1 point, so I don't know. But anyway, so that's interesting. Creating frenetic and fast-paced gameplay. Interesting. Find the balance between completing the objective and eliminating enemies. This actually sounds kind of fun. Low key. No cap. It's a
kinda does, yeah.
doozy, so keep that in mind. And then that's pretty much it for this little update here. So that would be fun to try. Hyperbole. Extreme exaggeration to make a point. Thank you, Broken, for that definition. Helping out the less literate in our community. In our small, humble, vibrant community. So we also have another update besides that. This one is a little more substantive. And this was yesterday, in fact. Game Battles Beta and April Fool's playlist. So we're seeing the return of Gunfight 3v3, snipers only. We've had this before, so they're doing that again. They probably still have marksman rifles, which means they probably still have the EBR, which means this playlist is probably still garbage because of that. But it's back. Cyberattack Pro, which we just referenced, is now out. I have trust issues, which says it's shipment 24/7, but is actually Piccadilly 24/7. I think this is fucking funny. So number one, on its face, it's funny because it's like, I have trust issues, get baited, idiot. But also, it speaks to Infinity Ward's knowledge of their player base. They know everyone's favorite playlist is shipment 24/7. And they also know that Piccadilly is a map everyone hates. And that's why they chose that as the bait and then that as the actual catch. So I'm surprised they're this self-aware. And I'm even more surprised that they would poke fun at themselves by making this playlist. Like, does that kind of surprise you, Tanner?
Yeah, I mean, as we saw in that one video of the dev, they obviously know it's a I just don't get. They all know it's bad. How did that map make it into the game, dude? It's crazy. But it is funny that they're self-aware of what a shit map they doesn't.
Just awful. I still find that video of the dev queuing Piccadilly and then just leaving. I think that's so goddamn funny.
I know.
So, explain it to me again, please. Shut the fuck up, low cap. You actually like Piccadilly, Torchic? Yikes, dude. Listen, it's a terrible map. The only thing I'll allow you to say is Azure Cave is worse. I would accept that answer. I think that map is so awful also. But they're both garbage. And if you like it, that's kind of crazy. I haven't played it that much, but it's just impossible to run through mid. It's so... Don't get me started. And then COD players only want one thing, which is an actual shipment 24/7 playlist. So that's cool too, that they didn't bait you into shipment 24/7 without actually giving you shipment 24/7. Now my question is, if I queued for this unironically, am I actually going to get games, or is no one going to opt in to play Piccadilly 24/7?
Obviously, somebody is in chat. Yeah, somebody likes Piccadilly.
Yeah, I guess so. I'd be curious to see what the analytics are.
I know.
It would probably have the same player base, that playlist, as like Black Ops 1 on PS2 has right now. Like, like 20 players or something.
Yeah.
People are playing it even hardcore. That's so crazy to me. But anyway, so those are the playlists. Let's see. Okay, so this is what I wanted to ask a couple questions. Bet you like Spec Ops 2? Damn, bro. That's heat, dude. Broken's throwing heat at Torchic. Holy shit. What a demon. Well played, dude. Well played. Hate it. Yeah. It's all jokes here. It's all love. We're all just fucking around. You're entitled to enjoying Piccadilly. So. Anyways, okay, so Infinity Ward has added support to directly play game battles inside of COD MW, similar to that of Infinite Warfare. So what the fuck does this mean, Tanner? What are game battles?
So game battles is a website where you can go on and essentially find little competitive matches. I don't think it's been very big in this game. But like you'll go in, it's kind of a little league. It usually costs a few dollars to play or whatever, and then you kind of make bets. play other teams.
So you're playing for actual money.
Yeah, you'll do like 2v2s or 3v3s and, different rule sets. It's not just, I don't think it's typically the core game. Again, it's always been a console thing, so I don't know a ton about it.
Yeah.
But I just know it's not nearly as big now, and it wasn't nearly as big in Black Ops 4 as it's been in the past. But yeah, it's essentially just you're paying, it's like a little league just to have fun, and, you play private matches.
I wonder how much you could bet if they put like a limit on that. And isn't this like, it's weird. I don't know. That's weird. I would never do this. I mean, I have so much money that I would do it for fun. But if I wouldn't bet any serious money on this shit because it's online. Like, how many times have you died because of shit ping? I even have a fucking emote for it, by the way, because that's how angry ping makes me. So I would never do an online tournament or game battle thing for money, but I think it's kind of cool. I think this would be really cool for big streamers too, because even if they lose a bunch of money during a stream on the bets, they're going to be making more than that from like subs and ads and shit.
Yeah.
So, and it's fun to watch, man. When money's on the line, people really try really hard. That's the fun of the gunfight tournaments that we were promised a bunch of and have had 2 in the 4 months of this game's life cycle for. Yeah, it's fun to watch that because something is on the line when you're watching the streamer or the video or whatever. So This will be cool because you can have that you can have those higher stakes indefinitely with game battles.
I was just on the website. They do have a PC lobby or ranking system. So, I mean, people play it. We should maybe check it out.
We could look into it.
I would just get sick of carrying you, though, in 2v2.
Keep that in mind. So, okay.
But I was going to say about the season ending this week is, you like how at the beginning they said they were going to do gunfight tournaments throughout the season, and they did exactly one, and it lasted 3 weeks or something, and that was it.
Yep.
So dumb, dude. Like, how hard is it just to add add different rewards?
Yeah,
come on.
I know.
It's the simplest thing.
I know. They have all the infrastructure except the rewards. It's because of Warzone, dude. We've talked about this. That is one of the victims, the casualties of Warzone. See what I did there? That was clever, dude. Crazy. That was clever. Casualties of Warzone. That's the name of this episode. So I need to just jot that down.
Okay.
All right.
Go with that.
God, I'm so fucking clever. No, but it really is. Like, they promise something for the multiplayer player base, which is the vast majority of their player base. Certainly the vast majority of their player base who paid for the fucking game. And then they fucked us. It was a lie. It was fake news. So hopefully we see more gunfight tournaments. We absolutely won't see them with any frequency, but at least we'll have game battles. So keep that in mind. Torchic says he'd break his back carrying you, Tanner. Interesting. Very interesting.
That's crazy, huh?
That's crazy, dude.
Nutty.
So as far as recent patches, that's pretty much it. But there's a lot in the way of news. So first news item, season 2, as we alluded to earlier, ends on April 7th. So what I wanted to ask you, Tanner, and you chat, I think I know the answer, but I'm not sure. When season 1 ended, did season 2 start immediately, or was there a grace period where there was no season?
I'm almost positive it started immediately.
It was just straight into season 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of cool because I'm fucking over season 2. I'm ready for some new content. And I'm curious. So if season 3 does launch when season 2 ends, which is to say April 7th, I'm curious if there's going to be much in the way of new content on launch day. Because there's definitely going to be the tiers. So like the whole battle pass thing. That's always been there on day 1 of a season. But I'm wondering what kind of weapons are in there. I'm assuming that sniper and that pistol. That's probably what we're going to see, right? And then we're probably going to see those 2 operators, Alex and Ronan.
But again, those won't be there at launch, I'm sure. And also neither will the 2 new maps, I'm sure.
Well, in Season 2, Mara was available the first day of the season. Nikto wasn't available until a couple weeks after. But both of the weapons were available at the very beginning of the season if you bought the tiers. So that could be the case for Season 3, which would be cool. Because then we could start playing with those new weapons immediately. But at the same time, it's like, it's a sniper and a pistol. The pistol I'm not excited about. The sniper I might be excited about if it's unique in some way. But I feel like the snipers that are already in the game pretty much perform virtually every function I would want a sniper to perform. And no, I don't want to go back to bolt cylinders and any kind of such OP bullshit as that in BO4. If you use the bolt cylinder, get the fuck out of my podcast, dude. One of the worst weapons in BO4. And we've talked about, and I've talked about that on my YouTube channel. I did like a 3-hour review of Black Ops 4. Got very granular. So bolt cylinder was one of the topics there. So yeah.
Everyone just wants the intervention back. I don't get why. I don't know, dude. It's like, are they going to bring back these old weapons?
One shot?
No, that's the Barrett you're thinking of, probably.
The Barrett,
people want the Barrett back too. People want the intervention. Some people want the Barrett. Then people want the M40 from COD 4.
The Barrett was so dumb, dude. It had a refire rate like an M19 pistol. No recoil. And it was a one-shot kill above the ankle. Like, that shit was so OP, dude. Semi-auto snipers should work exactly the way they do right now with the Dragunov. They should be a one-shot kill to the head or very upper chest, and then otherwise a 2-shot kill. And they should have some bounce. I think the Dragunov is like very well balanced for a semi-auto sniper.
It obviously is because nobody uses it.
Yeah, exactly. If it was like a Barrett, you'd see it like every fucking game. So, but anyway, so we'll see how that sniper performs. But hopefully that's available on the 7th. I'm guessing it is. I'm guessing it's going to be in the tiers with the pistol, just like the Holger and the Ram were. And I'm guessing the pistol will be unlocked earlier than the sniper. So clip it now. Quote me later.
Okay.
They had one free and one paid. I want a sniper that has a burst attachment. I wonder if you said that before or after I mentioned the bolt cylinder for the Outlaw. Torchic. Very interesting. The recoil on that would be murder. Yeah. Yeah, I would like... I would definitely like new maps. Damascus. And we're going to get into that a little more in a minute. But, so anyway, I'm pretty excited for season 3. And it's about goddamn time. 6 more days. Especially since we're all holed up in our homes gaming all the time anyway. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have here? Okay. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered it was leaked. It has since been officially announced. It's available for order and or pre-order. So a couple details. Sorry about that. It costs $20, so you don't actually spend COD points. You just spend $20 or $19.99 to be specific. On screen, I am showing you guys the hold on, sorry. I'm showing you the image for it. So I'm trying my hardest to show you the image for it. So give me 1 second. There we go. Wait. No, Tanner, stop it. Tanner, what are you doing? Don't touch.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
I didn't even have my hands on anything.
Okay, I don't believe you, but sure. Oh shit, Broken with the 5 fucking gifted subs, dude. Holy shit, dude. Holy fuck. Let's fucking go. God Loves Jew. OG Doubles. It's CJ. Doubles, if you're in here, what's up, man? How's Sotor? The Dude. Welcome back, The Dude, if you're in here. And Reminiscence. Congratulations, boys. Hell fucking yeah. Broken, I'm honored, I'm humbled, I'm privileged for your generosity. Thank you very much, my friend. I really appreciate it, dude. Very generous of you, sir. Very generous. Much appreciated, brother. The bundle is broken. Oh, you're talking about this. Okay. Thanks, man. So the bundle is broken. I've heard that it's not working for a lot of people. But whenever they do get it working, it's going to include... So you spend $20, you're going to get MW2 Remastered, just the campaign, and then you're going to get some in-game cosmetics for Modern Warfare, multiplayer, and Warzone. The OG Ghost skin, which looks super cool. A blueprint for... Is that a FAL?
M4.
No.
Yeah, M4.
Is it?
It's M4A1 Task Force blueprint, yeah.
Okay. And then a 1-for-1 blueprint of, don't tell me, 1911?
Yeah.
Ooh, he's a
They're
demon.
getting good, dude.
A Flipper's Weapon Charm, which is like a fin. I think we saw the Flipper's Weapon Charm last episode.
Yeah.
A finishing move, which I haven't seen. A player card that looks cool. A ghost emblem. And my favorite of this whole bundle, and I might fuck around and spend $20 just for this voice quip, which I unironically use in Warzone with Tanner and in Plunder. Stay frosty. Dude. I might actually fuck around and get the bundle just so my character can stay frosty together with me when I say it in real life in Discord. While I sit on my chair pretending to be balls deep in a war zone while in the comfort of my Southern California residence. So
your middle class residence.
Middle class, yeah. Middle class, white, privileged piece of shit. So keep that in mind. Absolutely, the podcast is awesome. More people should be privy to it. I appreciate it, Broken. Thank you, man. Hey, listen, bro. I agree with you. So spread the word, boys. Let's get me to quit my fucking job. I'll make more content for you. But really, dude, I really do appreciate it. Thank you a lot, man. It means a lot. You didn't have to do that. That's awesome. So thank you so much. What's a fin? You put it on your... It's like a flipper. You put it on your foot. Are you baiting me? Because we talked about this last time. You put it on your foot, and it's like a big rubber piece. That's like it's an extension of your foot. Makes you swim faster. So
he doesn't live in sunny Southern California, dude. He doesn't know what the ocean or water is.
He doesn't know that ocean life. Yeah. So
yeah, it's not part of that salt life.
That's salt life. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so it's just a campaign, no multiplayer, no Spec Ops. And no one cares about Spec Ops anyway. It's already out for PS4, and you can already pre-order it for Xbox and PC, but it won't be available to play on Xbox and PC until April 30th. If you do pre-order, ostensibly you'll have the cosmetics as soon as you pre-order, but that's broken right now. I anticipate they'll fix this very soon, though. When it comes to them getting their money, they fix shit real quick. So I would anticipate that these things will be fixed very quickly. So if you pre-ordered and you're stressing it, I wouldn't. It'll be fixed in literally like a matter of a couple days max. And the reason it's out now for PS4 but not for PC and Xbox is because that exclusivity deal that they used to have. I guess when they signed the deal, the MW2 remaster applied to that, so it was like grandfathered in. But this is going to be like the last phasing out of that PlayStation exclusivity, which is good. So Damascus was trolling. Yeah, I figured you were. Okay.
Yeah, did you hear about this in 2018? Were we going to go over that?
Go ahead. I didn't.
So this has been remastered since 2018. It was basically rematched at the same time Call of Duty 4 was. And so that's why supposedly it still has the Sony exclusivity in it, because, you know, it was a contract signed over 2 years ago.
That makes sense. I wonder if they touched it. So if they finished it in 2018, have they just not touched it till now?
I don't know. It's a very good question.
Like, would it look like a 2018 game I'm curious if you compared MDub 2 Remastered to MDub Remastered, if you could see a big increase in graphical fidelity or not. Because if they were finished at the same time, then they would look basically the same, you know? So that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to look into. And then for those of you who are interested, here is what the main menu looks like. So whatever, not super interesting. The mission No Russian is in the campaign in full, unadulterated, unaltered, as normal. Fantastic. I'm kind of surprised, but I'm kind of not surprised. I'm kind of surprised because 2020 is such a politically correct, like, snowflakey time that it's really ballsy to release a campaign mission where you wantonly, indiscriminately murder innocent civilians, men, women, and children with fully automatic light machine guns in an airport. That's kind of wild, right? Especially in 2020.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised they're releasing it, but at the same time, I think they're not going to face much backlash because it's just a remaster. It's not like they're like coming out with it now. They're just re-releasing it with new and improved graphics, more realistic slaughter of innocent civilians, men, women, and children, and more true to life, wanton, indiscriminate killing of airport travelers. So interesting. I'm glad. Don't get me wrong. I'm super glad. So just a little surprised. Did that occur to you at all, Tanner, or not really?
I never thought it wouldn't be in the game. I mean, it's part of the original game, like you were saying. Like, why would they just take it out now? It's not like it's something they're designing now.
Yeah. It would make more headlines too if it wasn't in this. And then they would have a whole other shitstorm to deal with. Like, dude, you guys really took it out. You're such pussies, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, definitely a good move. I support it. I'm just saying I wouldn't even say I'm surprised. It's just an interesting observation that I wanted to point out. With that said, guess which country is not allowing the mission No Russian or the game it's attached to?
Yeah, damn. Shit. Yeah, what country would that be? Maybe Russia.
Yeah, Sony Russia is refusing to release MW 2 Campaign Remastered on PS4. Presumably because, obviously, of the No Russian mission. Now, I should have looked into this because I didn't think about it until right now. Was the original Modern Warfare 2 released in Russia, or is that banned in Russia also? You know?
Good question.
So Tanner's going to research that for us. Torchic, I wonder if they have the same skip mission dialogue before you start the mission. I would be shocked if they took that out. If they had it in the original, they would definitely keep it now, I think. But, I mean, that's the whole reason to play the campaign, right? Role-playing terrorist actions. Sounds kind of fun, right? So. Moving on here. Call of Duty on Twitter. Call of Duty News on Twitter, also known as Charlie Intel. Activision says they have no plans for MW 2 multiplayer remastered. Says they would rather release just campaign than splitting the community. They plan to add more classic map experiences to Modern Warfare. Tanner, do we have any word on MW 2 originally?
It sounds like it was released as normal. I can't find.
Yeah. Okay. It's weird that
it wasn't.
It's weird that they would ban the remaster then.
Yeah, it is
very weird. But so Tanner, what do you think about? Okay, so Activision says they're not going to release MW 2 multiplayer remastered. My first question is, do you think they're lying? And my second question is, what do they mean by they plan to add more classic map experiences to MW?
To start with, I do think they're lying. Gaming Revolution said it, which he also said this a couple weeks ago, that this remaster was going to be campaign only. Everyone said, you're a fucking idiot. Again, he was right, as always. People always doubt him. He said from what he's being told, Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer remastered will be coming out, but it won't be essentially until next year. It'll be released. The multiplayer will be released at some point with Call of Duty 2020. So that's what he's been saying.
Very interesting.
When it comes to more classic map experiences, I'm thinking they're just going to add a ton of maps from MW2. They need to add more than just the 2 that we know we're getting this season, Village and Backlot. They need to add more than that. Well, Backlot's not even an MW2 map, but I mean, they have the chance to bring back a lot of things people really liked, the ACR, intervention, different guns, and it would make people happy. I think that would, a lot of people complain about this game right now because the gameplay, a lot of it goes back to the maps. I think it's a fun game still when it comes down to it. But if they added all those maps back in, I think I'd have a really fucking good time. I would really enjoy playing all those again.
Yeah. I'm surprised to hear you say that you think there still will be an MW2 multiplayer remastered. But I guess the gaming revolution's been pretty fucking spot on about a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find right now what he said, but okay. I mean, I believe what he says.
I believe him too.
Did he get banned again?
Did he really? I wouldn't be terribly surprised.
Oh no, here it is.
But when they say they plan to add more classic map experiences, what I think that means one of two things, and I don't know which of these two things it would mean. Number one, as you were alluding to, Tanner, it would mean we're going to re-release MW2 maps and just plug them into Modern Warfare 2019. So we'll get Afghan, we'll get fucking Estate. They would never give me Estate. That wasn't particularly popular, even though it's one of my favorite maps in MW2, etc. But another thing they could mean by that is a map like Condor Hideout or Shoot House. Those are new maps that, in my opinion, are a classic map experience without actually being a classic map. And why are they a classic map experience, Tanner?
3-lane.
Exactly. 3 lanes. So I don't know what that means. I think if we go on the historical data we have, given that the game's been out for 4 months, that probably means that it's going to be both. So they're going to re-release more MW2 maps, as we've alluded to in the last episode. And they're also going to still make a couple more new maps that are 3 lanes, which is to say having a classic map experience. So I think that's good. I would prefer just give me more MW2 maps, honestly. I don't really need new maps. I just need good maps. And if they make a new map, it has a chance of being good, but it also has a chance of being dog shit. In which case, I wish they would have just instead imported an MW2 map. Because any MW2 map that they would consider porting would be a good map. They're not going to bring back like the worst, least popular MW2 map. So regardless, I think it's going to mean both, and I think that's going to be a good thing for the game for sure. Because my number one problem with Modern Warfare is the maps. My number one problem with it.
By far. Yeah. They're so bad, dude.
It's fucking
some of them.
Awful.
A lot of them. Most of them.
A lot of them. No noob tube and akimbo 1887 abuse. Yeah. No one-man army change class abuse. Yeah. That's another thing that we're going to get into at the end of the podcast. But yeah, I don't think MW2 remastered would be quite as fun as people think it would be. So next news item. iDub provides updates on cheaters in Call of Duty Warzone. So we were talking about this last episode, the last few episodes actually, about how cheaters, aimbotters, wall hackers are just rampant in Warzone because it's free to play, and that's what happens in a free to play game. If I incur no penalty for cheating because you banned my free to play account and I haven't spent any money, I don't give a fuck. So that's the problem with free-to-play multiplayer games, especially from a AAA title like this. So cheaters have been a huge issue in Warzone. And Infinity Ward has released a couple statements to that effect. Let's see. So iDub says they've banned over 50,000 cheaters worldwide since the game's launch. Charlie Intel, if you're hiring writers, I can submit my resume to your Twitter, or you can DM me on Twitter, because this is what we call a possessive, not a plural. So there should absolutely be a possessive comma here, apostrophe, excuse me. Yikes. I just detonated my own resume. But anyway, launch and are doing more to ensure that cheaters are removed. So I don't know what more to ensure cheaters are removed means. So here's what they're doing. Quote, there's no place for cheating in games. Warzone has zero tolerance for cheaters. Here's what we're doing about it. We take all forms of cheating very seriously. Maintaining a level and fair playing field for everyone is among our highest priorities. This is an area we have been working on heavily, but it isn't always something we discuss publicly. We've been enforcing account bans, okay, red flag number 1, since day 1 of Warzone's release. To date, we issued more than 50,000 perma bans worldwide. So what's wrong with an account ban, Tanner?
What's wrong with an account ban? Not really sure. I mean, again, it doesn't matter because it's free to play. They just make a new account.
Exactly. These need to be IP bans or MAC address bans. I don't know if you can ban on the basis of a MAC address. I don't know if you give a server that information. Maybe one of you fucking
certain games back in the day.
Tech nerds would know if you give a MAC address. But yeah, an account ban will do almost nothing. They're just gonna get a new account. They already have the game installed, so they just point their new Battle.net account to the directory where the game's already been installed, and I'm right back to aimbotting. So that's kind of worrisome to me. Although, just because they said account bans, that doesn't necessarily mean that's only what they're doing, but this will help. I just don't think it's going to help much if that's all they're doing. So let's see. They go on to say, we employ a number of programs in place to combat both cheaters and cheat providers. Our security teams monitor 24/7 to investigate data and identify potential infractions. The teams review all possible cheats and hacks. This includes identifying use of aimbots, wall hacks, and more. What else could there be? Interesting. We're working to improve our in-game system for reporting potential cheating. Plans are underway to streamline the UI for a more seamless reporting experience. Okay. Is it hard to report someone right now? That's not what I need you spending dev resources on. Make it easier.
How do you report in Warzone? I'm not sure, actually. I know how to do it in multiplayer easily. Warzone, I'm not sure, though. Actually. Maybe you can. Maybe that's why everyone complains.
Yeah, maybe. So, well, okay, I guess that's good then. For all reports that are received in-game, they are both analyzed and filtered based on key data. Once investigations are complete, we will continue to work as quickly as possible to ban. Interesting. Oh, Laloy with the fucking resub, dude. 5 months, Laloy. Welcome back, brother. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here, as always. Welcome back to this small, humble community. I hope you're doing well, man. I know you've been busy, as we all have, amidst this global pandemic. So, Itchy, welcome. Can they ban aim assist? Because it's real fun when their reticle is offset from my body but still hits me. Yeah, dude, yeah. Aim assist, by the way. So Itchy is a PC player, so he's salty about aim assist, as all of us PC players are. So welcome, Itchy. Your grievances have been noted. Moving forward, continuing in the Infinity Ward statement, moving forward, we will aim to provide a regular count on the latest number of bans issued as needed. Simply put, there's no place for cheating. K. We recognize that there's no single solution for combating cheaters. It's a constant enforcement every day, 24/7. Rest assured, we're committed to ensuring a fun and fair experience for everyone. How much faith do you have based on this, Tanner?
None. And I've been saying it. This is going to be the death of Warzone. It's the death of free-to-play games. If they don't get cheaters under control, nobody plays. Another thing is Twitter is full of console kids saying, please, like, just give us the option to turn off crossplay and we don't have to play with cheaters. I don't blame them because 99.9% of the cheaters are going to be on PC. Yeah. So, of course, they don't want to play against us. And you know what? if Infinity Ward ends up doing that, then there goes the PC player base. We're fucked.
Yeah, because then all the PC players would be stuck with the cheaters. So yeah,
and then also PC players are better, so I don't have anybody to shit on all day.
True, all true. Warzone got cheated on the release date. Yeah, I don't know, man. If all they're doing is account bans, this is going to do almost nothing. Their only hope is that people get bored of the game, so no one cares to cheat in it. But if that's the case, then it's not going to matter anyway, because no one cares to play it. So, like, if their way to fix cheating is for people to lose interest in the game, then no one's going to care that they've solved the cheating problem. So I think account bans is entirely insufficient, and I'm very curious why they wouldn't do MAC address bans unless it was outside of their capabilities. But even if it was, an IP ban would be better. I could imagine a lot of 13-year-old kids that can download a hack easy enough, but they wouldn't be able to figure out how to get around an IP ban. I think that would do a lot more than an account ban, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, an IP ban is still easy to get around, but I'm wondering if you can even do MAC address bans anymore. I know you could, like back in the PC gaming days of like 2008, 2010, I remember you could MAC address ban people, and then like at that point you're never playing that game again, essentially.
Yeah, you're never.
But like I haven't heard of that in years. I'm wondering if nobody can do that anymore. Like you're saying, they don't have the capability of doing that.
Yeah. So by the way, for those of you,
that.
I don't know either, but for those of you listening, a MAC address to your computer is the same as like your social security number. It's like a unique, like 45-digit number or alphanumeric code. Technically, I don't know how many digits it is or characters, but it's a lot. That is a unique identifier of your specific system. So if you can change your IP at will, you can change your VPN so it looks like you're coming from fucking Bangladesh or one of Tanner's favorite vacation spots, but you can't change your MAC address as far as I know. And if you can, it's not nearly as easy as changing your IP address. So that's what I'm referring to when I say, excuse me, MAC address. It has nothing to do with the dog shit company Apple. Rest in peace, Steve Jobs.
Damn, hater.
I don't think IP ban is a thing anymore. Yeah, it's probably so easy to get around now that no one even cares to do it. I think Tanner might be right. It's just too easy to get around. Raz, did you see my vid on Twitter of the hacker? I know Tanner saw it. No, Itchy, I did not. Tag me. At me. Black helicopters, yeah.
Black helicopters.
So keep that in mind. So anyway, yeah, I echo Tanner's sentiments here. I have no faith that this is actually going to change anything for Warzone. Like, I still think it's going to be rampant with cheaters. But I think even if there were no cheaters, I think Warzone's going to get old pretty soon. There's a lot more Valorant hype than I expected there to be, because it comes out in like, I think the closed beta releases in like 2 days from now or something.
Damn.
And then when all the big streamers start streaming Valorant, then all of the followers of those people, which is a fuck ton of gamers, are going to get hyped about the game, even if they weren't hyped before, because everyone they follow is going to be playing it and talking about it. So then even if they weren't excited, they're going to be like, oh, well, I want to play the game Shroud's playing, you know? So
exactly. And then
going to fucking die pretty goddamn soon here.
And especially with it being filled like the hackers, with the hackers, like we're saying.
And the hackers doesn't help, yeah.
I saw another guy tweeted out today. I think it was Courage JD. He tweeted out they played 5 rounds of Warzone and ran into hackers in 3 of the lobbies. So it's why would you play anymore at that point? You're going to get off and you're going to go play a different game. And then you're just going to, the next time you're coming back, the next morning, you're like, I'm going to play video games. You're about to load up Call of Duty. You think, you know what? This game's fucking filled with hackers. Let's play a different game.
Let's play that new game that my favorite streamer was playing all night last night. Let's try that game, you know? Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, that's what happened to H1Z1. That was a really big game. Just overran with hackers, both the survival mode and the battle royale. We would spend hours on a base. You'd wake up the next morning and hackers broke into it and stole everything you had. That took 15 in-game hours to put together. So that will kill games very quickly.
Yeah, and Leloy is saying that happened with PUBG as well. It was also ruined by hackers.
Yeah.
So
PUBG still is a player base, but not that big anymore.
Yeah. And it's even like in Warzone or any BR, hackers are far more of a problem than in like a multiplayer match. Cause like if I'm playing Modern Warfare and there's a hacker in my TDM lobby, okay, I'll just leave the lobby and immediately find a new game. And a game lasts for a max of 10 minutes. So it's not that big of a deal. But in Warzone, imagine you get to the final ring and you've been playing that match specifically for 25, 30 minutes, and then you just get aimbotted to death and like wall banged through a wall at this dude who's very obviously walling and aimbotting. It's like you wasted all that time to die to a cheater. That's so much more frustrating than a cheater in like TDM or domination or something in multiplayer. So that is going to that's going to leave a real sour taste in people's mouths. A real sour taste. And it already has, obviously, because we've been seeing so much of it. Back to multiplayer. Yeah, Damascus for sure.
Good for us, right?
I know, good for us. I mean, Tanner and I were the canaries in the coal mine, as it were. I mean, we told you all this shit's gonna die, and then they've sunk on all these resources into Warzone. I hope they're not continuing to sink resources into Warzone. But I mean, this article, it's like, what is this article telling us? Basically, what this article is saying is we're spending a ton of time, money, and resources on doing an ineffective fix for Warzone. So we're literally, not only are we not improving Warzone because banning accounts is insufficient, but we're also tying up those devs' time from making multiplayer better to literally just pissing time away. So not only is multiplayer being neglected for this futile attempt to ban cheaters from Warzone, but it's not even making Warzone better because the fix doesn't go far enough. So that's just a real disaster, in my opinion. So hopefully Warzone's population just plummets and then they realize, let's get back to fucking showing multiplayer some love. Go ahead, Tanner.
If people want to play something like that, though, again, Plunder, I guarantee, has just an absolute fraction the amount of cheaters as Battle Royale Warzone does.
Yeah. I agree.
Go play Plunder if you want to play something similar.
Yeah, and we played way more Plunder than Warzone. I literally don't recall seeing a single hacker in Plunder.
No, never.
Not once. Because I think it's like a party mode, like we were talking about in a previous episode. Like, it's just kind of fun, so no one's going to hack in that. They don't really care to. So they got what they wanted, says Damascus Impaler. Imagine the battle pass money the free-to-play players shelled out at $10 a pop. Yeah, true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. They probably got so much money from this. 30 million people played Warzone. Some of those people, probably a lot of them, already owned multiplayer, but a lot of them didn't. And then what proportion of those 30 million spent, like you said, $10 on a battle pass, $10 on an operator skin in the store, $10 on a Tamagotchi? They got millions and millions of dollars. So yeah, they kind of did already get what they want. So hopefully they got what they wanted. They can line their pockets and then take that cash back to multiplayer. But only time will tell. So and then we alluded to this earlier. New playlist update seemingly confirms new maps for MDub. And I don't know why this is. Have you read this yet, Tanner?
Yeah, people were joining lobbies and it was saying Backlot and Village were like what they were loading into, but then it would change, or it would be like, it would say Village, but it would be some weird code word like map name _ Village. I don't know. Like, is that intentional, do you think?
So I've got it. I've got some images here. So if you guys can see on, so if you're listening to this, there is a video version I posted on YouTube and Facebook. Search for Razanon or the Dropshot on either of those, and you can find the full video episodes there. Additionally, It's streamed live on Twitch. You can see the video version live, obviously. Also, Wednesdays, Saturdays, 7 o'clock Pacific. What the fuck am I? What's the PM? PM. Jesus Christ.
PM, yeah, PM.
Okay.
That's
Anyway,
it.
so one of the images I'm showing here, yeah. So players are loading in after this latest update, and it's saying in the bottom left where it says the next playlist, or excuse me, the next game type and map. In this screenshot, it says Cyberattack on Backlot, which is confirmation that it's Backlot. Is going to be in the it's in the game file, so that's going to be one of the new maps. And then another one says Cyberattack, and it's like a code file name, but the image is very clearly Village. So those maps, as we alluded to here on the Dropshot, a trusted news source, which we went over.
Black helicopters.
They're basically confirmed. It is in fact going to be Backlot and Village. So that's cool. It's good. It's good to get a little more solid confirmation on that. And that's pretty much as good of confirmation as you're going to get outside of hearing it out of Joe Seacott's mouth. So Segment, welcome. What about Terminal? How do you guys feel? Okay, so Segment, we talked about Terminal specifically actually in a recent episode. And I'll link you to some podcast information conveniently found for you in Twitch chat if you wanted to see the catalog. But I really liked Terminal in Modern Warfare 2, which is when that map was originally released. However, I'm not sure how well it would play in Modern Warfare, and I honestly don't think it would play that well in Modern Warfare. There would be a lot of bullshit camping by the plane and behind the plane. And because the visibility in this game is so bad, you're going to be getting fucked from that area behind like those, I don't know if it were crates or whatever. And then you can just be shooting into that hallway where like the gift shop is, and no one's ever going to see you. I think the visibility is too bad for a map like Terminal. That's one of the biggest problems with Modern Warfare is not only are the maps shit, but even if the maps were good, they need to also be maps that lend themselves to very clear visibility. Terminal's a great map, but in Modern Warfare, I don't think the visibility would be good enough for it to play well. And can you imagine what a clusterfuck it would be inside of the plane in this game with all the claymores and bouncing betties and the shotguns? Hey, dude, if I have a Model 680 in the plane, I could kill you from the cockpit if you're in coach in one shot easily with a shotgun, let alone an Origin or whatever other kind of dumb bullshit you can do. Like, I don't know. I just don't think it would play that well. What do you think about Terminal and MW, Tanner?
I mean, I still want it back. Regardless of how it played, it's still better than Piccadilly, Azir Cave, and Petrograd. Just a ton of maps on this game. So it'd be great to have it back. We'll see if it's shit or not. But I agree, people will be mounted up everywhere in dumb spots.
Absolutely.
I think Terminal was in the files, though, wasn't it? A long time ago.
I don't know if it was in the
game
files.
at some point.
I hope so. Okay,
I'm almost positive it'll be here at some point.
Thank you, Tanner, because you raise a good point. Terminal will definitely be better than 80% of the maps that are in the game. It would be better than Grozny Raid. It would be better than Piccadilly. It would be better than Azir Cave. It would be better than St. Petrograd. So there are probably more that I can't think of at this very moment. So it would still be a good map, and I would still welcome it. But if we're going to take an MW2 map and import it into MW 2019, Terminal wouldn't make my top 5. I think Subbase would play dummy well in Modern Warfare. The visibility is clear on that map. And I can't imagine any awkward sightlines in Subbase. I think it would play fantastically in this game. I think... Is Subbase MW 2 or 3, actually?
We'll
find out. But I think Afghan would play better. Estate would be terrible, as much as I hate to say it, because I love that map. But it's just like, if I was going to pick any MW2 map, Terminal would not even make my top 5. But I would still, but I would still like it way better than most of the maps in 2019. So that was a good point, Tanner. Yeah, don't get me wrong. By the way, I never hear you guys talk about Terminal, so I'm just curious as to what you think about Terminal being put in as a map for a future update. Yeah. By the way, I'm the guy who messaged you on Twitter about the podcast. The Trav's like, oh, okay. Oh, welcome, dude. Welcome. Honor and a privilege to have you here. I'm glad you found the stream. Thanks for the follow, dude. Fuck yeah, brother. Crusher from Infinite Warfare would be interesting, to be honest. I never played Infinite Warfare. I bought Infinite Warfare. I searched for a single TDM match for 20 minutes and then I refunded it. So keep that in mind. But I don't know what Crusher is. Frontier and Precinct. Yeah. So you liked Infinite Warfare is what I'm gathering from this list, but I'm not familiar with any of those maps. I'm kind of excited for COD 2020 because if it's a Black Ops 5, then it's time to bring Standoff back. The best map in Black Ops. Maybe Slums is better. It's a toss-up for me. But anyways, yeah, no, I don't. Sorry, Torchic, I'm not familiar with those maps. What about Dome from MW 3? I think that map is so small that you would just be getting Model 680 to cross the map. But I think it would still probably play pretty well. But it's like small in like a, I don't know. I just can't imagine it playing super well. It's hard for me to articulate precisely why I think some maps would play better than others in this game. But I've played a lot of these old COD maps and I've played a lot of MW 2019. So I can kind of have a sense for how they would play in MW 2019, even if I can't articulate it fully. So Dome, I'm not really sure about. I don't feel like it would play super great though, honestly. I mean, look at Vacant, dude. Vacant was a good MW map. MW COD 4 map. Kind of shit in this game. Kind of shit.
It is, yeah. It's fucking horrible, actually. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I forgot Vacant was in this game.
Yeah, exactly. Because no one cares. What about Crash? Hey, dude. Crash was a great map in MW 2. How about Modern Warfare? Kind of shit. Kind of shit. It's not great. It's not Shoot House. It's not Candor Hideout. So it's like the game's visibility and sprint out time is so bad in Modern Warfare 2019 that you have to have a very particular map design to play well in this game. So keep that in mind. So anyways, let's move on here. So we'll see how these new maps play. Next, another little news item. Call of Duty is on sale. 25% off. You can get the Battle Pass Edition, which includes 3,000 COD points for $64 USD, or the regular ass edition for $44. So I think it's safe to assume if anyone is listening to this podcast, you already own the game, so you probably don't care. But I thought I would mention it. Maybe buy it for one of your friends or your girlfriend. Teach her how to game during this quarantine. If you ever get tired of fucking like rabbits. And then that's it. So let's go to chat here real quick. Not Nuketown. Oh yeah, Nuketown would, yeah, Loloy, I forgot about Nuketown. I forgot that's a Black Ops map, but you're right, yeah. Nuketown would obviously be fantastic in any game. You could put that in Halo and I would love it, dude. That's such a good map. Firing Range too. Firing Range would be fucking good in Modern Warfare 2019. I would love that map, dude. That's one of my favorite maps of all time too. I think Firing Range is such a well done map. It's hard for me to say why, but some maps just play well and some don't. So Firing Range is one of those. What are my top 5 MW3 maps? I wouldn't be able to tell you. I would say Underpass, which would be fucking atrocious in MW 2019 because of the tall grass. You can't see in MW 2019. So if there's any kind of grass that's ankle high or longer, then it won't work. but Underpass was one of my favorite MW3 maps. What was another good MW3 map, Tanner? I'm trying to think of the catalog. So
here's the thing. I played Call of Duty 4 for like 5 years, so I pretty much skipped MW3. I only played MW2 a little bit on console because nobody played those games on PC. They had no player base. Interesting.
All right, well, I pulled up a list here, so let me go through these real quick. Seatown was good, not great. Dome was good, not great. Arkaden, this was a pretty good map, but not great. I did not like Bakara. Resistance is definitely in my top 5. Fantastic map. Downturn, I did not like that map at all. Bootleg was a really good map. Carbon, I didn't like particularly much. Hard Hat, Lockdown was a fantastic map. Village was a fantastic map. Fallen was probably one of my favorite MW3 maps.
Yeah,
Outpost was pretty good. Interchange. I don't remember this map. I don't remember Interchange. Underground was all right. And then Mission was my favorite map in MW3. So there's a sense of the maps for me. But at the same time, why the fuck we pay $60 for a game that is ported maps and 90% of new maps are trash? Listen, Leloy, I hear you on that, but even if they release a new Call of Duty, like, okay, Modern Warfare has a ton of new attachments, new mechanics, new guns, a whole new gunsmith system, new operators, updated graphics, different sprint out times, different recoil patterns and shit like that. I don't pay for the maps. If I could have every Call of Duty have an all-star roster of maps, so the maps in Call of Duty 2020 are Hijacked, Nuketown, Firing Range, Standoff, Subbase, Afghan, Mission, Village, Underpass, like only all-star maps, and those were the only maps ever for all time, I'd spend more than $60 per game. How about that? How about that, Leloy? Because I don't give a fuck about the maps. I want a good map. And if it's a good map in the past, update the graphics a little bit, dust it off, and fucking give it to me. Because I'm paying for a new weapons, new graphics, more smoothness, more detail, more attachments. That's what I care to be new. I don't give a fuck about new maps because most new maps are dog shit bad. Think about Black Ops 4. How many maps that are new to Black Ops 4 were fantastic? Not many. None, right? None. What were the... No, you know what? I will tell you Icebreaker. Icebreaker was the one Black Ops 4 map that was really good. That's one original map that was really good. Every other good map in BO4 was old. Grind is an old map. It's from an old Call of Duty. I don't know which one. Nuketown's from an old Call of Duty. Firing Range is from an old Call of Duty. Jungle, fantastic map, from an old Call of Duty. There was exactly one good BO4 map that was an original BO4 map. All the other good maps in BO4 were re-releases, which is exactly my point. I don't want you to make new maps because you're going to fuck it up. So just give me good old maps. High Rise, Invasion, Quarry, Wasteland. Exactly, Torchic. Exactly. There's such a deep well of juicy maps in the Call of Duty pantheon. I don't need you to make more. They're not going to go well. So keep that in mind. I want the World at War maps. I didn't like World at War maps very much. I didn't play that game too much though. So Tanner, how do you feel about if there was never multiplayer for MW2 Remastered? How would you feel about it?
So I don't care whatsoever. People get stuck with the nostalgia aspect and they think, oh, we want MW2 back. It's like, you were playing that game when you were 8 years old. Have you played it in years? Like I was saying, we were going to do the Flashback Friday with Call of Duty 4. I played more Call of Duty 4 than any other Call of Duty by far, by hundreds of hours. I went back and played it. I was like, this game fucking sucks in today's. There's no depth to it. There's no customization. There's nothing to play for. it's not balanced whatsoever. The only good things those older games have for them are the maps, which again, you port those to this game, I would much rather play that. Like, people don't remember how unbalanced those games were. They're just thinking of the fun times they had when they were 8 years old, which, hey, that's great. You had a good time. You're not going to have a good time now.
Yeah, I agree with almost everything you said. Multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2 would not be fun. Because just like Tanner said, like, very little customization. The only good thing about them, there were a couple things Modern Warfare 2 did better than this game. Which is not saying much, because as far as Call of Duties go, this game has set a very low bar, in my opinion. MW2 had better sprint out time. MW2 had far better maps, which is its biggest plus. And MW2 had a Call of Duty minimap. Besides that, MW2 is worse than Modern Warfare in every way, because it's fucking 15 years older. Customization super limited. And if you guys think the M4 is OP, dude, there were guns in MW2 that were fucking way more OP. How about that one-man army noob tube bullshit? How about a Kimbo model 18 or model, what were they? 1885, 1887s?
1880, yeah, well, 87s.
The model 19th centuries, whatever they were. Super dumb. The ACR, the UMP, like, those things were way more OP in MW2 than an M4 is in Modern Warfare. The balance was atrocious. Not to mention the Barrett 50 cal, also dumb OP. You could fire that thing as fast as you can fire a FAL in MW with less recoil, and it's a one-shot kill above the ankle. So dumb, so OP. So it would not be as fun as you guys think. It's all rose-colored glasses nostalgia. And if you got an exact remaster with exactly the same stats, rule set, etc., the only thing they changed is updating the graphics, you guys would get bored pretty fucking fast. So I think this is for sure a case of nostalgia, rose-colored glasses. So,
and I mean, that's what happened with Call of Duty 4 Remastered. Like, granted, MW2 is a more popular game than Call of Duty 4 MW1, but dude, I think more people on PC just play regular Call of Duty 4 than the remastered. I mean, I don't even know if anyone plays it anymore. It wouldn't last. Like,
almost no one, yeah.
The kids these days are slow. Like, look at Fortnite. If they don't completely change the Fortnite map every 3 months, the community just trashes the devs. Like, what are you gonna do after 2 weeks of playing MW2? You're gonna fucking have nothing to do. You're gonna be so bored. We all have ADD. You're not gonna enjoy it. Stop being pissed at the devs for it.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
All we can ask for is the maps and weapons, and that would be fantastic.
So, just to comment on what you said here. So, let's see. Modern Warfare Remastered. In the past 30 days, there were an average of 54 players playing it. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. For the multiplayer, there are an average of 39 players. So it's not doing great. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, for exactly the reasons you just said. Like, it's all nostalgia. Because when I think of MW2, let me tell you guys, I'm a sophomore in high school. I have an Xbox 360. I have no job. I have no bills. I have a bunch of friends in high school that also play all the time with me. And we all get online right as soon as we get home from school and just game all night. That was the fun in it. It had a lot less to do with the game, and it had a lot more to do with my station in life at the time and the fact that I was like playing with my bros and shit. So yeah, games now are way fucking better than they used to be. So
very well said. That's what it is. You had a good time with your friends, and that's what you're thinking about, because your life sucks once you get this old, and it was way more fun back then. So that's what you're thinking of. It wasn't the game you were enjoying. It was the times you were having with your friend. You were in middle school and had absolutely nothing to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. So if we don't get MW2 remastered, don't fret, Twitch chat. Let's just hope BO Black Ops 2020 is a good game. So
Wait, I did want to ask you. I almost forgot. What are you thinking about buying? Are you going to buy the pack with the campaign?
I think it depends on if my internet is garbage or not. If I only can play a single player game and fuck around, I mean, it's $20, so yeah, I'll probably get it.
I'm really thinking about just buying it for the ghost skin. Honestly, it's super dope.
I'm thinking about buying it for the quip. Stay Frosty.
Because they don't use the quip that often. You hear like once in 5 games. It's kind of dumb.
I want to put Stay Frosty quip on my soundboard. Dude, let me put that down.
That'd be dope.
What was the other thing I was told to put on my soundboard, Damascus? Do you remember, Tanner? Can you scroll up in chat?
Did he say put something on that?
Yeah, he said, crickets. Got it. Okay, cool. I made a notation of that. So, all right. Anything else COD related that you wanted to discuss, Tanner? It's like playing the Sims. Exactly, Damascus. Shh.
We could do Laloy's question. Would you say MW is the worst COD ever? Syrian said so, so I'm just saying. No, not at all. I think.
Hold on. Rein it in there, Chief. Let's have it at an adjusted scale. So if we were saying, would you rather have... Okay. If we're talking about 1970 and we're talking about someone's average salary, what do we have to do? We have to adjust for inflation. Right? You with me so far? Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to adjust for inflation when we're scoring games. So obviously, MW 2019 is better than COD 4, objectively. But if we adjust for inflation, what assets, what technology was available at the time, and how good the game was in relationship to how good the game could have possibly have been? I haven't played every Call of Duty, so I can't answer this. Because some people have said like Call of Duty Ghosts is the worst game of all time. I've never played that. So I can't tell you if Modern Warfare is the worst Call of Duty of all time. If we're adjusting for inflation. Bear with my analogy. Of all of the Call of Duties I've played, if we're adjusting for inflation, absolutely hands down the worst Call of Duty of all time. It's done a lot of really cool shit and innovative shit, but they've done it at the expense, not at the expense of, but they've done it in conjunction with removing the minimap, the typical minimap, destroying sprint out time, and skill-based matchmaking, and mainly, far and away, and I can't stress this enough, garbage maps. The worst maps of any Call of Duty ever. Ever, ever, ever. I haven't played COD Ghosts, and I'm confident saying the maps in that game are better than this game. To my knowledge, this is the first game where they've done away with the 3-lane map design. That is what makes this game so fucking bad. Like, I still have a ton of fun playing it, and I said this in a previous episode. When I talk about Star Wars Episode 6, I say it's the worst Star Wars in the original trilogy. But if I'm judging it on an all movies basis, if I'm comparing it to all other movies, it's great. But if I'm comparing it only to the original trilogy, it's dog shit. It's way too Disney, campy, la la la, everyone wins, flowers, rainbows, and I hate that. But, so I feel the same way about this game. Compared to like all other games, MW 2019, great game. Compared to all Call of Duties that I've played, which includes MW, MW2, BO1, BO2, BO4, and this game, oh, for sure it's the worst. Assuming we adjust for inflation, as I've said. Because of the reasons I enumerated. Mainly the shit. I mean, Grozny Raid, guys. Hey, Grozny Raid. Hey, Piccadilly. So many bad maps. Every Call of Duty has had a couple bad maps. MW 2019 is mostly bad maps. It's not mostly average maps or subpar maps. It is mostly bad shit maps. So, and the visibility's so bad. Dude, just wait till this game cycle's over. We're gonna have a podcast extravaganza reviewing MW 2019, a year in review, and it's gonna be a Joe Rogan experience level of length. It's just so long, and I'm just gonna rant and rave. But anyways, Tanner, what's your answer to this?
No. I don't know. Syrian, I think, just complains a lot for some reason. I don't know why. He's a really good player. I like watching him. It's really hard to gauge that, like you're saying. I mean, looking back now, I had a ton of fun playing Call of Duty 4. But, I mean, when you look at it now, it's trash compared to Call of Duty 2019. But it's hard to go back and gauge like how much fun I had then compared to how much I have now. I think this game was a lot better than people make it seem. If it's just the maps, and again, the mini map, I've gotten used to the mini map. I don't really care anymore, but it would be a lot better if the dots showed up. But it just comes down to the map. But they've added so much to this game in terms of content, customization. I really like the gunplay in general. Everything else, I don't think it's as bad as people make it sound. I mean, this is the Call of Duty player base. Every year they're hyped. They said Call of Duty 2020 is going to be our year. 3 months into the game, like, this game fucking sucks. Call of Duty player base is just, we're fucking idiots, all of us. We all fall into it every year. I kind of try not to. I don't think this game's that bad, but we'll see. I mean, I can almost guarantee Treyarch's game next year is going to be way worse than this. I'll say that right now.
Let me ask you this then, Tanner. Which Call of Duties has had the worst maps?
This one has had the worst maps.
Definitely,
but
right?
I don't think it had. This game's gameplay in general is superior by far. Like, look at the gunplay in Reg in this. Granted, it's not the best hit Reg, but it's a lot better than Black Ops 4 was.
Interesting.
Way better.
Interesting. Give me 1 second. Okay, say something, Tanner?
What's up?
Okay, you were cutting out a little bit, but you're fine.
Okay.
Interesting. Oh, I played World War II also, yeah. I really like World War II. So. If visibility was better, all the maps would automatically be better. I agree, Leloy. That goes back to my point about Terminal. If the visibility was better, then Terminal would play superbly in this game. But it's awful. Azir Cave would play a lot better if the visibility was better. It would still be a bad map, but it wouldn't be as bad. Piccadilly, the same thing. It would be bad. It wouldn't be as bad if you could see way better. But you can't. So it's like all of these little problems that add up to like a really big problem that just sucks fun out of you. So,
I mean, even Candor Hideout, great map. I really like it, but it's like when you're going one way on the map, you just have sun glare in your face and you can barely.
Oh my
God!
God.
Why do they have to do that? Yeah, the visibility could be much improved.
Yeah, it could be better. Yeah, that's one way to put it. I mean, Black Ops 4's visibility was so good. Like it's not that hard. I don't know, dude.
It also had color. This game doesn't have any.
It did have color. Yeah, it had color, and it also had operators, which was its whole own bag of shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's going to be back next year.
Yeah, that is going to be back. Absolutely. So, all right. So, anyways, let me catch up on chat here. Swagola, what's up, dude? It baffles me that some people blindly defend this game. Yeah, some people do. Some people are COD fanboys. Tanner isn't blindly defending this game though. He has legitimate criticisms, but he still likes the game. I mean, I sound like I'm hating on it more than most. I mean by COD standards, this is a bad game, but it's still my favorite game to play right now. Easily. It's a great game, but that's because of its Call of Duty, you know. Despite its issues, it's a great game for sure. So I didn't think the World War II maps were nearly as bad as these maps. There's no map in World War II that's as bad as Grozny Raid or Piccadilly or Azir Cave, period. End of discussion. End of discussion. So it's just awful. I mean, you could die from 360 degrees around on story 1, 2, or 3. No other COD has ever done that for good reason. So it has some decent maps. Yeah, it has some decent maps. Every Call of Duty's had some decent maps, though. But anyways, Anything else on the COD topic, Tanner?
No.
Okay. So, moving on a little bit. In honor of Tiger King, since we've all been quarantined for so long, we've all been catching up on our Netflix. Tiger King is all the rage. It's a Netflix documentary about 3 fucking crazy people. More than that, but like 3 main crazy people. And in honor of the Tiger King, I shaved my face last night because I was getting itchy. And then I looked at my stash and was like, you know what, dude? My stash. I mean, that's in scare quotes because I can't really grow one, but I'm going to keep my stash. So peep this in honor of the Tiger King stash right here.
Okay.
Call me the Tiger King, dude. Bring me the snow leopards. So keep that in mind. And Tanner just has his dumb facial hair as he always does. He doesn't pay an homage to the Tiger King. I
don't shave my face because I break out and my skin gets fucked up, so I just leave it and I trim it every couple weeks. That's all I do.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind.
Stupid fuck.
Okay. So COVID-19 is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, it's all right. It's getting there.
Yeah. How many confirmed cases did you say we had now, Tanner?
We have 5 confirmed cases in our small, humble town of about 38,000 humans.
We live in so Tanner and I live in Southern California. We live in a relatively small town. And 5 confirmed cases in our relatively small town. Not to mention like 900,000 worldwide, like 500,000 in the US or some crazy shit like that.
250, but yeah.
Okay, whatever. Still a lot.
It'll be 500 by the time this podcast is uploaded.
Okay, yeah.
Like within 2 hours, pretty much.
Especially with my garbage internet. Yeah. So, that's interesting. Are you worried yet?
Getting there, dude.
Are you really?
I think starting to. I mean, all the cities around have it.
Yeah.
It's like one city has 4, the next city the other way has like 6. So it's getting there for sure. And again, people still aren't being tested, so it's a lot more than that.
I know. That's true. That's for sure true. Especially you, because you live with your very old grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say hello to Bill and Ted. Yeah. Yeah. Bill and Ted was filmed at San Dimas High School. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super worried about it, but like if like my brother got it, I would be very scared. Yeah. I just don't think it's going to reach me. But if it did reach me.
Why your brother?
Just anyone, just a random person.
Okay.
Like if it entered my world, I would be like way more scared. So it's not like I'm not scared of the disease itself, but I'm just not scared that I'm going to catch it. You know?
Yeah.
But it's still crazy, man. Like, don't get in a car accident right now, dude. There's no room in the hospital for you. You're just going to bleed out in that fucking car. That's crazy, dude. And we have the most cases in the entire world. USA #1 as usual.
Let's go.
So keep that in mind. Let's fucking go. And then lastly, we got approved for our Trump bucks. $1,200 for every tax-paying adult, which would be both of us. What are you going to do with
I
your...
don't pay taxes, you.
Okay. What are you going to do with your Trump bucks?
I figured we were both dumping it straight into the Dropshot LLC.
Reinvest?
Into our business account.
Just reinvest it, dude.
Business credit card, take some local fans out to lunch.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, buy them a coffee at the local coffee shop.
Buy an underage male child.
Yeah. No
coffee,
Epstein. No Epstein. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's going to be interesting. I'm still working, and so is Tanner. So $1,200 on top of like what we're basically have always been getting paid is kind of nice. Just fucking crazy. So unprecedented. So if for my US listeners out there, if you do get your daddy Trump bucks, $1,200, make sure 5 of those go to twitch.tv/Razanon for a sub. Because like Maybelline, Wait, is that a... Never mind. Whatever. It's worth it. Just do it. So, anything else? Anything else, young Tanner?
I don't think so, dude.
I don't think so. All right. I will stream. I'm going to try and game right now as soon as this podcast finishes up. So if you want to stick around for that, please do. But for those of you listening on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever the fuck you listen to podcasts, thanks for listening. If you're on iTunes, a rating would be greatly appreciated. It helps a lot with the discoverability and whatnot. And if you've been enjoying this podcast for a while, if you would recommend it to your friends, then recommend it to your friends. Recommend it to your fucking nerd friends that you have that Instagram group chat with where you share memes. Just share the name of the Dropshot. Get the podcast out there. Let me quit my job and get advertiser money so I can make more content for you guys. Also, make sure you join the Discord. That can be found in the show notes if you're listening, or I've just put it in chat if you're watching live. It's also on my panels underneath the play box on Twitch and on YouTube. You could also find the Discord link in my About Me section or in any video description. We've got a very quickly growing community, wouldn't you say, Tanner?
Very
quickly. We're getting like 1 or 2 people joining a day. So the Discord's low-key popping off, no cap. It's a doozy. So
3 today.
Yeah, 3 today. So dude, if you want to get in on that action, join the Discord. You can talk to us. Tanner and I respond to like everyone there. There's a bunch of information about schedule, FAQs. You can add us in game. There's also looking for squad, which some people have done to link up. And you could also submit a call-in application. If you wanted to call into the podcast, ask your question live, Tanner and I can go over it with you. Just see the Discord for that. And that's pretty much it. So you can find me at Razinon, Razinon. And Tanner, where can we find you?
Twitter at TANNERRRR54.
So you can find Tanner at my Discord. He's always there. And you can also find him on Twitter. Once again, that's TANNERRRR54. And then the first tweet you should send to his way is to change his fucking handle because it's too long. Thank you very much for watching, Young Kings. Have an excellent day. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.